They said he was foolish. They said he would graduate with nothing but regrets. Some even mocked him to his face, "Brother over spiritual, welcome to real life." But Joseph Ease knew what he believed. Even though their words stung, even though their laughter echoed in his chest, he held his peace. Because while they were plotting the next exam run, he was on his knees, crying to a God his eyes could not see, but his heart fully trusted. Joseph wasn't born with silver spoons or connections. He grew up in a dusty town in Enugu, the son of a humble carpenter and a vegetable seller. His parents didn't have much, but they gave him what money couldn't buy: godliness and contentment. The day he got admitted to study engineering at a federal university, his village rejoiced like he had won a visa to heaven. His pastor called him out in church, prayed over him with Psalm 121, and his mother wept like it was his wedding day. But university life would test every word of that prayer. From his first week on campus, Joseph knew he had entered a different world. Expo was normal. Malpractice was tradition. Students discussed arrangement for exams as casually as they talked about football. His roommates proudly shared answers through WhatsApp groups and cheat papers. Even lecturers hinted that success required cooperation. At first, Joseph was confused, then angry, then scared. His first chemistry exam was the eye-opener. He walked into the hall with confidence, pen in hand, memory sharp. But just 10 minutes into the paper, he realized something. Almost everyone else had the answers before the exam even started. A girl beside him looked at him like he was lost and whispered, "Oh boy, you no get expo?" He shook his head. She scoffed, "You go carry F. This place no be Sunday school." Joseph submitted his script quietly and walked out. His results came out weeks later, a C. Meanwhile, some of his classmates who barely attended lectures got A's. That night, he cried like a child, not because of the grade, but because the pressure to compromise was growing louder. He opened his Bible and read Psalm 75 verses 6 to 7 aloud. Promotion comes neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But God is the judge. Then he looked up and prayed, "Lord, if I fail with integrity, I'll take it. But if I cheat, I failed you." Second semester came with deeper pressure. His course rep, a final year student known for arrangements, approached him. "Joseph, be wise. I get questions for next week's exam. This course no be by holiness. Even pastors they collect." Joseph refused. "I'm not here to pass with sin." The guy laughed and warned him, "This school go humble you." That week during an impromptu test, the invigilator stepped out and the entire class erupted in whispers, phones, and copying. Joseph sat still, writing what he knew. When the lecturer returned and saw his slow progress, he shook his head and muttered, "This one go carry E." The comment stung, but Joseph didn't flinch. Even his mother, worried from home, called him one evening. "Joseph, your uncle says you should be wise like the others. We don't want you to waste this opportunity." He paused, then answered gently, "Mummy, if it means graduating with third class and a clean heart, I'm fine with that." But something shifted by 300 level. Joseph began to seek God not just for strength, but for understanding. He stopped attending noisy tutorials that produced more confusion than clarity. He created his own study pattern, fasted every Monday, and spent nights in the Deeper Life Campus Fellowship praying for divine wisdom. He would often anoint his pen with oil, not out of superstition, but faith. One night, while reading alone, he stumbled on Daniel 1 verse 17. God gave them knowledge and skill in all learning. He stood up, knelt beside his desk, and cried, "God, give me what you gave Daniel." By final year, Joseph was no longer mocked. He was now respected. He tutored others. Even lecturers began to recognize his brilliance. He was offered a job as a student assistant to one of the strictest professors in the department, not because he begged, but because he was trusted. When final results came out, Joseph stared at the portal, stunned. He had graduated with a first class. Out of over 200 students, only 2 made it. His name was on top. No expo, no special help, just grace and grit. At convocation, the vice chancellor called his name as best graduating student in the Faculty of Engineering. His mother collapsed into tears. His pastor danced. Deeper Life brethren who once thought he was too strict wept and shouted hallelujah. Later that week, he received a scholarship for postgraduate studies abroad. 2 global tech firms sent him offer letters, not just for his grades, but for his character. Today, Joseph is a lecturer and mentor. He tells his students, I had no expo, no bribe, no connections, but I had God and that was enough. His favorite quote is, integrity may cost you now, but it will reward you forever. He often ends his testimony with one line, the world gave me mockery. Jesus gave me honor.